Hey you guys, welcome to your last bottle for this week's Flow in Color. So it's the fourth position. It's basically the potential that we're opening up to. So we can step into it at any moment. It's just a matter of integration, right? And also kind of giving us this little takeaway for the weekend to sit with to get us ready for next week. All right, so here it is. Wow, basically what is that? It straight up looks clear, okay? It looks clear. And I will say from this week's earlier first bottle that had the clear over gold, the wisdom and the new paradigm, the clarity to get connected to our inner wisdom, that clear honestly looked kind of more harsh. Whereas this, if you looked at it in person, actually the bottom color is like probably the softest, lightest pink you've ever seen. Almost clear, but it has a tinge of pink. So if you saw this in person, it does look like a soft white. So it's a bit more gentle and soothing. So what this is representing, the actual color is noted as moon silver over moon silver. Moonlight is really the color. So what this bottle is representing is the idea of how we are and interact as human beings when we're in the moonlight, or when there's kind of more misty sort of circumstances, we show up differently versus how maybe we show up during the day when the sun's out, when we think we can see everything crystal clear. There's maybe more structure, maybe more grinding more. So the moonlight, it brings out a whole nother aspect of who we are. It brings out probably the yin side of us, the more feminine, flowy, open, that receptive, that sort of side. So basically, this is a funny analogy. If you've ever been in a situation where you've had a bit to drink and things are kind of hazy and you're just feeling super comfortable with yourself, and maybe you're having a heart-to-heart with someone and y'all are just jiving and there's just kind of no holding back, and you are who you are and you're able to see them for who they are. It's like those great drunk chats, right? That's actually what this bottle is reminding us of, except doing that soberly. So basically, when we take off our veils, our fears, anxieties, whatever, we just show our clear self with freedom and safety, because we trust that soft pink, the inner loving presence within us. We have that confidence to just kind of come right out with who we are, and because there's kind of a softer darkness outside, or when you're drunk and you have hazy eyes, just because things are a bit more dark, we feel safer to come out, and it's easier to be honest, the clearer. And perhaps we even show sometimes our pure self, in these moments. So this bottle is representing, maybe you've been turned upside down by the pandemic, the racial stuff, and we're really trying to understand, what are we looking at anymore? Like what can we even see that meets the eye with truth these days? So this bottle is really looking at reflections and really reminding us that what we see in the world is created through the own veil of our eyes. So what we see is really an extended version of our own construct of reality. And as human beings, we all have different lenses in which we experience ourselves, each other, the life, all of that. So it's really reminding us to look at, what is our reflection? Like, if you were to stare at this bottle, what would you see through it? Or would you see through it? Would it reflect back to you? When I looked at it, I saw right through it, and for me, it just immediately took me to like interconnected unity. Like, I felt like, whoa, there's so much transparency, there's no density. It's like being one with the web of life. So that brings me back to yesterday's bottle that was all about bliss, and really finding your casual bliss at home or in your home life, whatever that looks like, and letting that bliss detox cleanse you and purify you to arriving into this clarity, to allow yourself to see the world without any sort of veil. I think of a white moving waterfall of light. I think of water. I think each moment provides and gifts us an opportunity to connect into the molecular DNA of the water of the moment. You know, when I see this, I think of a stream running with mud, and then when it runs clear, you know, this is kind of the potential that we're stepping into. We're realizing, wow, like our normal life, what we thought we once knew, we don't see that anymore. Remember that idea of the sun shining and us feeling really clear? Well, now that there's so much uncertainty, we have this opportunity for an even greater paradox here, even greater inner clarity within. Just like the analogy of if you're having a great epic drunk chat with your friend and y'all are feeling more clear than ever, you're rhyming and going, and maybe it's a deep chat, maybe it's a funny chat, but there's just so much clarity because there's a freedom from just being yourself and letting that out into the world. So this bottle reminds us to really embody the water element. There's mostly water in our bodies. There's so much water on this earth that we live. And the idea is, to move beyond suffering, move beyond resistance, to being with the evolution of our planet right now. Not fighting it. That flow factor. So, I ask you to look through this if you feel called. And what do you see? What do you see? When you take your water right now, clear glass of water. When you look through your water, what does it make you feel? What comes up for you? Because I know that this time right now is such a gift, because we are forced to not be able to hold on to what we thought we once knew and understood the world construct as. It's now giving us the clearest, most possible chance ever to really connect with our inner light, our inner wisdom, our inner truth, so that we can see as clear as ever. So a last example I'll leave you with how I experienced this once in my life was when I actually was at my lowest, darkest, sickest, undiagnosed with what was black mold poisoning. I truly felt blind because my sinuses were just so congested and I had black mold in my brain. So I felt super, super out of it. My memory was terrible. It was hard to process things. That time was the richest time for my intuition. That's when my intuition just started skyrocketing, developing, up leveling. So right now I see this as an opportunity for us all, for our clarity, our inner clarity, to up level. And now I will say this circles us back to the first bottle of the clear over the gold with wisdom. It takes wisdom to want to be open to up level, to your crystal clear intuition and clarity, so that we may move beyond projecting, that we may arrive into a world of crystal clear water rainbow droplets that are reflecting all these colors. They're excited about it, yet it's from one clear light droplet in the ocean, with the moon glimmering the light on the ocean. That we all are. Thank you.